Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
This is our third day on the Trans Catalina Trail. Things are great. We're leaving Little Harbor this morning. It's a little harbor right there. And yeah, things are good. My calves are a little sore, but otherwise feel fine. How about you?
I feel fantastic.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, more people today that we've seen on this trail than on other days.
At this campsite, last night's campsite.
So we just have about, 5 to 6 miles to get to our next camp at a town called Twin Harbors.
Two Harbor,
right, thank you. Two Harbor. And so we'll show you the sights and sounds and hopefully some cool biology along the way.
But here's where we were. That's a trail. Right down there with all the palm trees, somewhere in about the middle of this frame is where we camped. Nice big spot. And then here's a little harbor. So pretty. Worth hiking to.
Up here, walking along this ridge, there's no tall plants. And that's because the plants are all evolved to have adaptations that minimize their evaporation of water. This is a real arid, windy habitat, so they're at risk of drying out, desiccation. So all these plants up here will be low growing to stay out of the wind. And like that, the prickly pear cactus, and they do a special type of photosynthesis called cam photosynthesis, which means that they actually don't even open their stomata during the day when it's super hot. Their stomata, which are on the thick part of the swollen stem of the plant, they open at night. And so that reduces their loss of water through evaporation during the day when it's really hot. But it still allows them to get CO2 into the plant during the night, and then they can store the CO2 in a specialized vacuole in the cell so that it can then later be used during the day when there's light for photosynthesis. So it's a kind of cool adaptation for minimizing water loss, but still being able to do photosynthesis during the day. Plants definitely have a love-hate relationship with animals. There's a lot of adaptations to avoid being eaten, like all of these spikes, which are modified leaves, so that obviously an herbivore doesn't come nibble on them. But they also need animals oftentimes for seed dispersal and or pollination of bringing the pollen between the flowers. But this chala is an example of a plant that can do a vegetative reproduction, which means these little tips, each little round ball, can break off and form a clone of its parent plant. It's called the jumping cactus because those little balls will jump off. So around here, it's likely that all of these are actually genetically 100% identical, that all have blopped off of the parent plant. Just to illustrate how the chala will break off, here my hiking stick fell onto the trail and a chala jumped on it and wants me to disperse itself away to form a new plant. We were walking along and I just saw this decomposing cactus paddle. It's kind of cool because you can see how the inside of it is real, big chambers for holding all the water. And, this is what it looks like when it's alive. And then has this outer layer of protection This is the outer layer of protection that would be here with the spines, and the inside has this real spongy structure for water holding. Pretty cool. All right, we've been walking for about an hour, mostly up, and right there at the right about there is a picnic shelter that is about 0.8 miles away. You can see we got to go up this ridge right here, which I think the camera might be flattening because that looks pretty up.
It's pretty good up.
It's pretty good up right along the ridge. But that will be our last big up for the day, and then it's down to Two Harbor. All right, I counted almost 900 steps coming up that ridge line.
Whoa.
Not a bad view. You have to earn. There's a U.S. Geological Survey marker right there. And we're heading out towards that little picnic shelter. My quads will feel that. That's steep.
This is steep.
Just came down that ridge line that's looking west. There's Curtis. And here's mile marker 22. We just have about 2.5 miles left to get to the town of Little Harbor. So, the town of Two Harbor, correct. We just left Little Harbor, and now we're heading to the town of Two Harbor. I'll get it at some point.
On the plane ride home.
Made it to the top of our climb. First view of Two Harbor. Two Harbors is called that because it's a little point in the island where you have a harbor over here and then one on the other side.
On the west side.
West and east side harbor. So there's two harbors. And that's where we'll be camping tonight. '23. That's a raven. We're heading into the little town of Two Harbor, right on the isthmus, pinching narrows point of Catalina Island. dig in.
Yes.
Well, we've spent about the last 3 hours hanging out here in this town of Two Harbors, charging up our devices.
Lunch.
We had some lunch. Went to the little store to get some supplies for dinner tonight, so we didn't have to carry that dinner. We knew we were going to have to buy another one. Right. So, and now we're walking up the coast side to the campground. So yeah, it's been a nice day. It's a cute little town. 100 people live here year round. The population swells to 300 during the busy summer season. So definitely a small town beach vibe. It was a nice break. So. Heading down to find campsite number 1. Hey Curtis, I'm going to have you give us a tour of site number 1.
Okay, here we are, site number 1.
Thank you.
A little toolbox for your food, fire pit that we're not going to use, an open air picnic table.
Okay.
And then sadly, we have no shade awning like the other campsites have. Oh, that person doesn't get any.
Yep.
But we're right here on the edge, so they probably can't put them here, and it would maybe block everybody else's views.
Yeah.
So we have to do what we got to do.
Yep. And we are literally
at the edge.
And we are literally right at the cliff's edge of the beach. All right, we're making dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Tonight for dinner, we're having chips, drinks from the store, creamy mac and cheese, where we're going to add some chicken. And for dessert, we're having M&M's, Reese's, and a York.
Premium mac and cheese.
Premium.
With barbecue flavored chicken added.
Yes. Thank you for being such a wonderful chef.
Top chef stuff here.
Hello from our tent.
Hi.
We are in Two Harbor.
It's right out there.
And we're camping right along the water. There's a little cliff edge, and then the ocean is down below us, so we'll hear some waves all night. That'll be great. It was a good day. We went, about 6 miles or something today, but it was really steep.
Yeah, it was quite a bit.
It was like up and then down. Big ol' up and big ol' down.
A lot of undulation.
And it dawned on me that's why my calves are sore, because the steepness will really work the back of your calf as you push off. So, and we have another really big up tomorrow. Apparently just as steep.
It goes like this.
And our
drop, and then
down to Parsons Landing tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
just under 7 miles or something?
Yes, just I think over 7 miles, just a little bit over. So give a highlight of today.
Well, this morning was nice when we left Little Harbor. Got a slow start.
We left camp around 9.
Yeah. But I I enjoyed the hike. There was some challenge of getting up some pretty steep sections, which I enjoyed.
Yeah, you enjoy the physical challenge. I'm like, can't wait till it's over.
I don't know why. I've always been that way. But the views, like looking backwards from where we came back towards the harbor, were fantastic. It was
Yeah.
just really, really nice.
Wide expanse,
Wide
open
expanse.
views.
And as we got over one of these really big rises, you could see what looked like the entrance to one of the two harbors, excuse me.
Yeah, the one on the west side is called Catalina Harbor.
Yeah. So it was that harbor that you could see the entrance to. But I don't know, there was some waves crashing up against the shoreline and the blue water, and it was just really nice to see. And again, and the weather was perfect, honestly.
Yeah, we really have lucked out with weather.
Maybe 70 degrees because,
I think it was like 65, and then
but like that direct sunlight a couple of times, it wasn't bad. There was nothing bad about it. It was just super, super nice all day long. So
yeah.
maybe that was a little bit too much, but
Yeah, the cute little town too, the town of Two Harbor, services the ferry terminal and people coming in and out to recreate. So
they were using a loader to help manicure the sand in front of the store and the restaurant.
they're
and the
proud. You can
whole
tell there's
beach area.
pride.
It's quite nice.
Pride in the town. Yeah. So you can kind of tell it's still a little bit light out, but we like to hunker into our tent. So let's give you a tour of our tent. Okay, that's the front.
There's the head of the tent.
The head of the tent, which I call the front and Curtis calls the back. And there's the foot of the tent, which I call the back and Curtis calls the front for some reason.
Weird facts.
Yep. And there's our packs. And then outside is our view of the ocean.
Yep, and that's the little town, right? To the left side. Kind of hard to see through the screen, but it's worth getting out to.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yep. Not a typical Wednesday, that's for sure.
Yeah, no.
All right. Have a good night.
Ciao.